What's good? What's good? What's good, good people? Welcome back. Welcome back to the channel, Stormy React. Did I say welcome back? Am I on my Drake fam? Am I cheesing fam? No, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, so again, welcome back to the channel, Stormy Reacts. I am Stormy. I am T. Call me what you want. Just don't disrespect me, boo. All right. And speaking of disrespect, this whole Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, and I'm always gonna say Kendrick Lamar's name first. Sorry. Dot's gonna go first. Sorry. That part is biased, but my opinion of the whole rap beef, the battle, I'm able to be unbiased. It's, some of us can have our favorites and still be honest. Okay. And that's what I want to do. I want to take some time, I want to take a quick minute, probably not a quick minute, but I want to take some time to go through these tracks, not all the way, not song for song, not bar for bar. It's enough videos out here on YouTube, Genius and all of them, which I'm going to utilize some of that and a YouTube video to go along with what I have to say. But there's enough videos and everything out there that's giving complete breakdowns and backgrounds and stuff like that. I'm just gonna give my opinion and what I got from it from listening to the songs over and over again after that initial first listen, and doing a little bit of research because I was curious. If y'all go back and watch the other videos, I'm asking y'all for help. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go and talk a little bit about what I ended up finding out and just run through these things, man, and recap this part of history that I know many of us are super excited to have been a part of. Man, we got to witness it. A lot of younger people got to witness their first one. Many of us was here for Pac, and we got the Pac and Biggie, West Coast and East Coast, and um we got to see 50 and Ja Rule. Like, a lot of us was there. We remember, we remember the songs, we remember the videos, we remember the incidents and stuff like that. So this this right here, I'm glad thus far I haven't seen anything happen to any one of those two. To me, that is like on the order of how those situations happen. Like, it still hasn't reached that point, and I'm glad. And prayerfully it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Prayerfully it doesn't have to. You know what I'm saying? You can speak your piece. If you mad at something somebody got to say to the point where you got to put your hands on them, then you got some stuff you really need to be dealing with. All right? So you should be able to get checked verbally without trying to get physical with a person for calling you out. That's just my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? But then too, I got a slick tongue, so it is what it is. You're gonna have to get me back, boo. You have to get me back. Okay, that was kind of weird, but anyway, so let's get to this track list, right? So initially it started off with first person shooter. Well, this go round, okay, because like they said, this has been brewing behind the scenes. This has been brewing for a while, and I have my opinion on that also. But it started with first person shooter, and that's J. Cole's and Drake's song, and the big three line, and like I said, sounds like Cole was saying, yeah, we started the league, but I'm still Muhammad. I'm still, so like I said, it sounds like Cole said it first, but just, and Cole doing his thing, and talking his talk like how he do. I don't think he thought it was gonna do anything, but I think after hearing that, Kendrick was kind of, laying in wait, just chilling, and then heard that and was like, all right. Like, I feel like he knew something was in the air, and he took his shot. I think he took his shot. I think he took his shot at being a part of what he already knew was in the air. Okay, so that's my opinion on like how all of this started. You know what I'm saying? Like, and when Kendrick responded with his like that verse, I feel like he baited them. I feel like he baited them into a situation. I feel like he threw the bait out to see who was gonna bite, and they both bit, but one said, "Nah, I'm good off that," and the other apparently was so arrogant. He was like, "Okay, drop, drop, drop. You know what I'm saying? We got push-ups. You know what I'm saying? We got that comes out. And if I'm not mistaken, he actually dropped another freestyle on Instagram or something. And to be fair, I did not hear that one. I was aware of that after the fact. Yeah, but after his Like That verse came out, Drake came out with push-ups and waited a while, and then he came out with Tailor Made and then waited some time, you know what I'm saying? Like taunting Kendrick, where you at? Where you at? Where are you? Hello, Kenny. Okay, he was calling for this man. He called for this man to come out, and he pushed it. He taunted him so bad to where he had Pac and Snoop, join forces with him and go, "Hey, Dot, hey, nephew, what the fuck you about to do?" That I don't know if any of you are gonna hear that, because that was taken down. The Tupac estate called for that to be taken down. They did not approve of that, which in the culture did not approve of that. We did not accept that anyway. I know some people might have been hype about it, but it was corny. That was trash. It was corny. And then Kendrick's next response, he goes directly, "Am I battling Ghost or AI? What's happening here? Like, is it me? It ain't no 1v20. I mean, it's no 20v1, it's a 1v20, bro. Like, you talking about all of us against you. You just added a deceased man. Cheers and fam. I don't even know what that means. I just keep saying it. But you know what I'm saying? So the back and forth is getting heavy. And after Drake called Kendrick out with the Tailor Made joint, and really much after he called him out with push-ups, drop, 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 drop. Okay? Drop, 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 drop. And that's exactly what Kendrick did, because after Euphoria, okay, he then proceeded to drop 616 in LA, where he picked the Corcus apart. Okay? He started to pick the Corcus apart. And then Drake said, "Okay, I got one for you. Family Matters." Boom. Now, in Euphoria and 616, I'm gonna double check, but I don't recall Kendrick saying, I'm going through the lyrics real quick. I know I remember in my head, but I don't recall him saying anything besides Drake, like talking to Drake. And he says two goats, so he does mention Cole. And that is after Cole's 7-minute drill, which, and we're not gonna hear that one either, because he put it out, took it down. He was not about to be involved with that and mess with his spirit. And also, now coming forward, we found out that some words were spoken to him behind the scenes, like, "Hey, I don't know how much you want to be involved with this, but we to those who know, we know that Kendrick and Cole actually have like a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no bad blood, really, really, for real there. But there is between Drake and Kendrick. And I have an idea, like, of something that may have had something to do with that. But yeah, Cole put it out, took it back, whatever. So he did allude to Cole, but it wasn't too much on Cole. It wasn't too much on Cole at all. And it sounds like he's more so in defense of some people. So the names you hear, Dot say in Euphoria, Pharrell, Melly, you know what I'm saying? Well, in reference, I hope Cole and I hope the rest of these dudes is, you know what I'm saying? If not, we crashing out. You know what I'm saying? So as far as that reference go, but Pusha T, Pharrell, speaking on their behalf for the most part, and Chubbs. Let's see if Chubbs really crash out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hear um Chubbs. I remember Chubbs. I don't remember, you know what I'm saying? And 616 in LA, he says academic. You know what I'm saying? So, and I don't see him referencing anybody in specific besides like Chubbs when it comes to Drake. I don't see Kendrick referring to anybody specifically, but Drake turns around and drops Family Matters and proceeds to call Whitney's name. I don't know how many times he mentions his son. It starts off with Sandra, so he got another collab. So he went from Tupac and Snoop to his mother. Okay, so he got Ma Dukes on the track, and you know what I'm saying. And that drive in it. I know many of us caught that. We're not gonna go too far on that. But again, he's coming at Kendrick with the drop. Okay, he did. He dropped back to back. So bruh, kind of cool it. But um, yeah. And Family Matters. He proceeds to Cole losing sleep. It ain't me. So he kind of took a jab at Cole. Kinda. It was a little tap, but um you know what I'm saying. But in Family Matters too, like I said, he's doing like this family thing like that to family of people that dislike him or whatever. That's the idea. And then calling out Kendrick's family specifically because I think this is the song where he says that Kendrick's dad was robbed by Top, which is completely false. And if he would have listened to Duckworth, which is where I'm sure some of that information came from, and I think it's like an interview with Kendrick speaks on that also. But he, his father didn't get robbed by Top. I mean, that's not how the situation went at all. So he mentions his son. He mentions Whitney name, like I said, I don't know how many times. I don't know how many times um he's talking about, like I said, more than one person or whatever the case. So in Family Matters is where Drake gets specific and he starts saying people's names. After that, we have Meet the Grams. So they went family for family. And this was one of the most diabolical responses, one of the most. So here's my theory on this, right? So I know some of y'all are familiar with the Meet the Johnsons, right? That's what it's called on it's a movie on YouTube, and I'm double checking the title right now, but it's called Meet the Johnsons, and it's supposedly this psychological thriller, this strange thing. No, the strange thing about the Johnsons. The strange thing about the Johnsons. Okay, so that's what I had in my mind. Like, I haven't seen it before, but for some reason, like, I feel like Kendrick might have um pulled the concept for Meet the Grams from this short film. I'm gonna do a review. I'm gonna do a reaction to The Strange Thing About the Johnsons because I haven't seen it and I've been hearing about it for years, and I was just like, I think I'm good off that, but I think I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it, y'all. So y'all let me know if you've seen it. Don't spoil it for me. Don't spoil it for others. We're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get through that one together. Okay. All right. But yeah, like that was my idea. That's what I felt like Kendrick had done with Meet the Grams. Like the way that this song, I don't even, do you want to call it a song? Like I don't know. But this was just eerie. It was extremely eerie. He writes letters to Drake along with his family, and just and this one, it went further. I think a lot of people were saying that this was the nuke that Kendrick had. This was the bomb. But after all of the smoke is starting to, settle and things are starting to come out more, we're hearing that this isn't even it. This wasn't even the one. This wasn't even the one. So as bad as Meet the Grams was, it wasn't the kill shot. By the way, I love the name Kill Shot Kenny. I think I saw that in somebody's chat or something. I was watching a reaction and someone did a live reaction and somebody in the chat said Kill Shot Kenny. I ain't coined it. I didn't make it up, but I like that. After this, headshots for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. I'm feeling Kill Shot Kenny. I'm feeling another layer has been accessed. You know? Okay. But yeah, Meet the Grams was crazy. He not only goes in on Drake, but he goes in on the industry. And the thing is, on Euphoria, he says if you with him, F you and F the industry. So he made it clear and he was throwing warnings in Euphoria. Shh, there's something you don't want to do. He's saying you don't want to do it. And at that point, clearly, we thinking he's talking to Drake, but clearly after everything that's coming out and that's surfacing and resurfacing, it looked like he wasn't even talking to us, y'all. It seems like he wasn't even talking to us. Like, you better mind your mouth. Y'all better get your mans, or else it's up for everybody. Like Cat Williams said, 2024 is up for all of you. It's up for everybody. And I think he was on that type of energy. It's up for everybody, bro. You know, nobody's exempt. I'm talking to you. But it's like I'm talking to you, but I'm talking so that everybody understands. You know, he parenting. He parenting. I'ma speak loud enough for you so every child in the house could hear. So don't none of y'all come and play with me. I'm just saying that sounds like parenting. That sounds like parenting. All right. But yeah, so if Meet the Grams was not enough, he then proceeded to have everybody jigging on top of the corpse with Not Like Us. So he proceeds to have us dancing, jigging, sea walking, be walking, like, you know what I'm saying? Popping A. He proceeds to then have us doing that on Not Like Us. Okay. And he also proceeds to call not only Drake, but the industry out. He continues to call out the industry. So then like it's clear. This is bigger than you, bro. This is bigger picture. Like, why you're so self-centered and yeah, me and I'm about to have a hit and the people backing you, they're so, I don't know, like they're under the illusion. They're under the illusion that people aren't just jigging to, like, people are just jigging to it. Like, nobody's looking to, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say nobody. I honestly, especially after all of this has come out, it's clear the people are not going to Drake for substance. We might have once upon a time, because I'm not gonna fake, like, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't Houston, Atlanta, Vegas up and thank me later and all of that good stuff when Drake, like, oh, like the olds 2000 and before the double digits and going like in the beginning 10, 11, like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta watch my back because I'm not just saying it. We heard him saying those things. We heard him. We heard him rapping like Too Short. We heard him pulling bars from other people, and if you don't worry about it, even singers. We heard that. But we just, all right, we weren't taking him that serious. I remember back when we wasn't taking Drake serious like that. The hardest song I probably heard Drake come out with that I remember that like stuck with me is Worst Behavior. And it's funny because there's a song, and I think it's Not Like Us. Let me see if I can find that line. Nah, it ain't it's not Like Us. It's Euphoria. I believe it's the third switch up on Euphoria, which is crazy. And also, Dot did the 3-part switch up or whatever like that on Euphoria, and then Drake did it. Like, you copying in the beef. Like, not even that. Like, we didn't even get to the Heart 6, but there's a line that's lit like that's copied also. But let me get down to, he says, a top dog. Who the F they think they playing with? Nah. That's not that part. Let's go up a little bit. Headshot for the year. You better walk around like Daft Punk. Remember? That little piece right there is like, it's like a, when you hear it when he's rapping, remember? Motherfucker. Remember? Worst behavior. Okay? Who's on their worst behavior? Because it's like Kendrick then took the concept of worst behavior and then like trashed him with it, like the back and forth, with hitting this man, the way that Kendrick was punching, it was trippy. Like, it was trippy. And to say, Drake showed up to the fight, but I think he showed up to a boxing match with no gloves. Or he showed up to a street fight with gloves on. Like, he was on he had the wrong idea coming into this one. That's honestly what That's honestly what I believe. I think he had the wrong idea coming into this one. And for me, it solidified it when he came out with the Heart Part 6. Like, that solidified it for me. If you go back and watch my videos on my reactions on it, it's like the references that I was given as far as Drake showing up and how he showed up and how Kendrick show up. Like, who's the calculated one? Who's playing what game? Whose mindset is where? And where the people stand behind it is like, you can tell all of the stuff just started weighing on Drake. Like, he bit off more than he could chew, and then he still tried to come back with the Heart Part 6, which, and if you don't know, Kendrick has the Heart parts 1 through 5. And I'm going to do a reaction on those also. Like, we have some reaction videos coming up. This has definitely inspired a good bit of content over here, so please like, share, subscribe, comment, stay in the loop with me and everything like that. Let's have these conversations, these discussions and everything, because this is, like I said, this has inspired some other reaction videos. I'm going to do reactions for the Heart Part. I already did 5, so you can go back and watch that one. I did that reaction with my Dukes. But I'm going to do the reaction for the Heart Parts 1 through 4. I'm going to do a reaction for Mr. Morale. We're going to go back and listen to some other songs and things like that. Like, this is, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go back and we're gonna see the lead up to now and tie in what's going on now with some of the stuff and see like what's come to fruition, what's changed. Look at pin difference, you know what I'm saying? Elevation or devolution. Is that a word? How people devolve, the pen could have, writers probably wasn't getting paid. People started getting arrogant. I don't want to say that. And I'm hearing a lot of that. As far as like behind the scenes when it comes to Drake, just his arrogance is off the charts. To say that this man, he writes, but he doesn't write all of his stuff. And he hasn't, like, he didn't write his hits, supposedly, allegedly. He didn't even write his own hits, but he's very much so arrogant, like he's that dude. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. And that is not apparent in the Heart Part 6 at all. For one, on Euphoria, Kendrick starts off, "Them superpowers get neutralized. I can only watch in silence. The famous actor we once knew is looking paranoid and now is spiraling." Drake comes in on the Heart Part 6. The Pulitzer Prize winner is definitely spiraling. Now all of a sudden, Kendrick's lines are tapped and he's dialed in. After all of this time, Kendrick saying, "There's a mole in your camp. I know stuff. I know stuff. What if OVO is working for me?" He said that in 616 LA, which we didn't tap too much into that one in the recap, really quick. But have you ever thought that OVO was working for me? Like, he said it. Before you think the wires in your camp, you should be concerned with the people that's talking. You should be concerned. Now, now Kendrick speaks on the wires in Drake's camp and how he should be concerned. And then all of a sudden, Drake has Kendrick's lines tapped. Like, you're stealing within the beef. And he starts off, "Well, let me see you prove it." Let us see you prove that Dot was hitting on his lady friend. And then, okay, so let's get to it. So after hearing the songs and researching and stuff like that, listening to people, Drake, and then at the end of the Heart Part 6, he says they baited Kendrick, right, with the false information and stuff like that. Comes out that was lies. Turns out that Drake's people were actually lied to when Kendrick says you put money in the streets and got mad when you came back. It was funny when you put money in the streets, then they came back with no receipts, and then the guy that Drake people went to get information from comes out and says, "Yeah, I told them that they wasn't together. I told them that Dot and Whitney wasn't even together. I lied to this man, took his money and lied to him." And then Drake puts it in the song. So, like, kind of trying to reverse psychology the whole situation, but it's like, hey Drake, they're not slow. Flip the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not slow. It's like Kendrick was so far, so many steps ahead. He was so many steps ahead in this situation. It's like, it's actually, is this for Drake fans, for Drake supporters, is but it's for Dot supporters, because we know we knew what time it was. We knew what time it was when it started. Okay. And speaking of that, when it started in Euphoria, think I think I did the lyrics, and I'm gonna share my screen real quick because I think I had real hip hop lyrics up when I did my reaction to Euphoria. So when I did it, I didn't pay this any attention, right? I saw it, I saw the jumbled up letters and stuff, and that's exactly what my mom said, jumbled up letters, because I was so ready to hear the song, I bypassed it, right? And I don't even think I touched on it when I did the review or anything afterwards. But once I looked, y'all see this? I didn't even pay attention, like the E here is capital. I didn't pay any of that any attention, right? So then when I went back and listened to it again, I'm looking at the letters, and I love enigmas. I love puzzles and stuff. Like, I love a good puzzle, right? Problem solving. I love that, right? So I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay, true. I'm like, wait a minute, this is saying something. True is me about. I'm like, okay. Yo, everything they say about me is true. So Kendrick responded like, everything they say about me is true. And then I'm like, wait, so everything they say about Kendrick is true? Or everything they say about Drake is true? I'm like, oh, this is gonna get so freaking good. Like, that's gonna come out. That is going to come out. And man, it's weird for Drake right now. It's really weird for Drake right now. Like, academics came out and saying stuff was a lie, and so much stuff is happening. I do, if things are really spiraling like that for Drake, as far as like his property getting his stores getting vandalized, and people getting hurt around him, and his home not being safe and things like that, I do genuinely pray for his safety and stuff like that, because it you are not personally You have not personally been attacked, so you should not be going out your way to go on this man's property and do bodily harm to him. Okay, now for anybody else, whatever else, okay, and that goes on the whole K Dot and Drake beef, all right. But behind the scenes, they're saying, I'm hearing allegedly, this is not them. This has to do with a whole nother camp. I'm not even gonna say the camp. I'm not even gonna do that, y'all. This is not a gossip page. Okay, we're not doing celebrity gossip here. This is reaction, and this is my reaction to what the information that's coming out and stuff like that. Might we do some reactions to those videos with information coming out and stuff like that? Yes. But overall, this is not a gossip page. I will not be spilling tea and all. We not doing that. I'm going on the other pages just like y'all. Okay. But yeah, bringing it back, this right here has just been a whole mess, and I'm going on the T pages with y'all to see that we're not gonna do that too much over here. But with the things that has transpired, this man Drake has sold his properties in his properties over here in the States. He sold those, so he's back at the embassy in Canada, and that's supposedly getting raided. So people are looking out for so much stuff like this. Like I said, or many of us are saying, it's like Kendrick sat back in the shadows and he knew something was in the air, and he waited for his perfect time. He waited for the perfect time to bait Drake, kind of, and allowing him to play a part in of his takedown. Like it's so it's so like it's like brilliantly manipulative, because he's like the villain to the villain. It's like Kendrick is the villain to the villain. Like it's so freaking deep. And the information and not and the thing is, it's not even to Drake. Drake is a pawn. Speaking of chess, Drake is a pawn in this whole thing. I heard somebody said like he kicked the king over. Kendrick kicked the king over, and they're like, no, he knocked the whole table over. Like, no, it's up for all of you. It's up for all of you. It's up for all of you. And now we're here, and it ended with the hard part 6. I had a kind of emotional reaction during my reaction to the hard part 6. If you want to see that and laugh at me, if you want to go have a good laugh at my expense, please feel free to go and watch my reaction to the hard part 6. But I felt like that wasn't it. I felt like that wasn't the end. I just knew that wasn't the end. I just knew it wasn't over, but it is in fact over. So after all of that, and well, before that, so let's say it like this. So before so once the hard part 6 came out, and Top Dog came out and said it's over. You know what I'm saying? Dot's not putting out anything else, or whatever the case may be. And Drake says, "Oh yeah, this was fun." And okay, so like after at that point, who did you have winning? And then like after all of this has happened, like, do you think that that will have an effect on the people's idea of like the turnout of it, or like how people are, just say, grading or scaling, rating, there we go, that's the word I was looking for, how they're rating the beef tracks? Does that have anything to do with how you rate the tracks now with stuff coming out? Like maybe initially you was like, but with everything surfacing, it's like, okay, so now let me go back and take a second listen. Now let me go back. Because like I said, for me personally, when Drake mentioned specifically Millie Bobby Brown's name, I'm like, Kendrick never mentioned her name specifically. He was talking about, yeah, you and the kids, but why say her name specifically? And then I finally got back on social media, because I wasn't on social media while doing the reactions. I didn't want any other impressions other than what I was hearing and how I felt and what I thought. So when I went back and saw that people were posting, videos and pictures and things of him and these younger girls, young ladies. I don't even know how to phrase it because they're young. She was 13. She was a child. And when I see people posting things like that, I'm like, oh, okay, so he's not just responding to Kendrick, he's responding to like everybody. So it's like he's making this a 20v1. And I think Kendrick, like I said, spoke on behalf of many people. Because clearly, with everything that's coming out, like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep on it, but the supposed deal, $400 million deal he took, and all this other good stuff behind the scenes and everything, and with the label, and people could have been getting talked to behind the scenes, like, "Hey, stay out of this before it affect what you have going on. Stay out of this. Don't give too much. Don't be too opinionated on the situation. We got plans. So don't be too opinionated about the situation. All right. We're going to need you to play the backfield regardless of how you feel and what your fans might try to um push you into doing or saying. We're going to need for you to keep your distance from this situation." I think that could have been going on behind the scenes, and I feel like Dot may have also been aware of that too. Um, and that's why he pretty much was like, "All right, they can't say it, I'll say it. They won't say it, I'll say it. I'll say it. I'll speak on behalf." Notice I said we. It's not just me. I'm with the culture feeling. Okay, so it's like Kendrick took on the responsibility of representative and spoke on many people's behalf, and I think that's probably why it hit the way that it hit. I also think that this was in the works for a long time. I feel like this was in the works for a while. I think it was longer than the 5 months. I think this stuff was in the kitty. I think he had songs in the kitty for a minute. I think these was in the tuck for a minute, like the concepts, the ideas, this stuff was in the tuck for a minute. And again, it comes out that what we heard, all of that was done in one day. One day, bro. You did Euphoria and Meet the Grams in one day. Not even one day. He said one session. That information is out there, y'all. Supposedly Kendrick did everything that we heard in one session. One session. Beat, rap, beat, rap, beat, rap, beat, rap, beat, rap. Mix all that. Put track 1, 2, 3, and just rap. Just be ready. Be ready to flip the switch. He just flipped this one. Now flip this one. Now flip this one. Like, that is not hard to believe. That's not hard to believe. With people, we know, like, people go, we know of artists going into the studio and doing 15 songs, 30 songs, like doing albums worth of songs in a session. That's not, there's nothing abnormal about that. So to say that he did this is not, it's believable. And that's like kind of like the bottom line of this beef with people, like, oh, well, it comes down to who has proof, who's telling the truth. Everybody's throwing allegations. Okay, who's more believable at this point? We've seen all the falsehoods when it comes to Drake. And we see Kendrick put his business out there. Like, I did, I did, he did my mom's. You know what I'm saying? I do live in a trailer with my mom's. He did my girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? 8 Mile the situation. I was hype. I couldn't get the lines out, but y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know what I'm saying. You know? He 8 Mile the situation. He 8 Miles his situation. He put it out there. He's allowing himself. He's been transparent for a very long time. He's been transparent about issues, about community issues, about black issues, about American issues, about his just historical issues, current issues. He's been vocal and transparent. about all of that. We don't see the sun is mine. Swear that I don't times. You know what I'm saying? And that good ones go. And we was only on camera, only on camera, only on camera. Like, and don't give me like give me that. I swear they on us. They all lost. It's a combination. You know what I'm saying? Give me that. I don't want the combination of. I don't want that. We don't want that. We don't need that. And I think at this point, if no charges come about, Drake should just go ahead somewhere. He could probably change his name, grow his facial hair out, whatever, get a tan, whatever, move somewhere, and then just do like executive production work, just like fund some things, like be on the chair of some things maybe. But then too, if these allegations is true, he need to Rick ass nigga need to stay ass inside. Hey, he need to stay in a house. He need to stay in a house. He don't need to change his name and go outside and do nothing. He should just, I don't know, get a work from home job. Because he still got at least a child to take care of. We don't know if the other kids are true. I saw somebody posting pictures of kids and those with Drake's kids. Y'all can go and find that also. But people are pulling stuff and they got kids that look just like Drake, and this is baby number 3, and it's like 20 kids. It's a bunch of kids. I saw somebody say 20 kids. I don't know if they were just being sarcastic or if it's really a busload of children out there. Look, handle your handle. Handle your handle, okay? But um um oddly enough, his best track I think on this was Family Matters. And that is so like the irony, like his best was Family Matters, and it was full of falsehoods. He started off with the hard N. Forget the hard R. He started off with the hard N. You niggas, bro. The disrespect, and then Kendrick came back with even more disrespect. So, all in all, of course, I got dot up. With everything that's coming out, I don't know how this is gonna pan out for Drake. Supposedly Kendrick has an album coming out, and supposedly heard also he's going on tour. So we'll see if we'll get some more music before then. Otherwise, not like us. I want to double check right now, but the last time I saw it was at 31 31 million views. So yeah. Um My bad if y'all heard that heavy typing, child. I'm just in it. Okay, so 8 day okay, all right. So 6 more million, and I believe I swear I saw 31 million yesterday. Today is Monday. Happy Mother's Day, because it's Mother's Day every day. Okay, it's Mother's Day every day. No shade to the fathers. Happy Father's Day. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all for playing all the roles. Okay. There's many of us that appreciate y'all for doing everything that we do. Okay. And we pray for y'all too the same. But we're gonna shout out the mothers right now. Happy Mother's Day, mommies, borrowed mommies, aunties that's mommies, god mommies, grandmommies, step mommies, all the mommies. Okay, all of the mommies. The male mommies, all of the mommies. Okay, the uncle mom, all of y'all. Shout y'all out, right? I mean shout y'all out, right? Um so on Kendrick's page alone is 37 million. However, you also have like 5.8 on someone else's page. You have 2.3 on someone else's page. You have 1.3 on someone else's page. This is all in the millions. The views. Oh, My goodness. Okay. So, and Drake's Family Matters is at 22. So, if you needed an idea of how things are going streaming wise, at least on YouTube, I, you know, 37, 22, that's a high 15 for me. It's, it was over already. It was over already. Not Like Us is already looking to be to top the billboards. It's like number one in streaming. It's going crazy. Not Like Us is going crazy, and it's crazy that we one of the songs of the summer, or officially, I think it was stated that Not Like Us is the song of 2024 already. And it's a song about calling out the industry, calling out the system, and calling out one of the world's favorite celebrities. Like, calling this man out badly. And we're grooving to it, y'all. We out here grooving to it. We are grooving to it. I want y'all to think about that. We are out here grooving to it, and the dopamine levels, like how hype and how excited we are when this music comes on, when this song comes on, when these lyrics are playing, how excited we are saying this man is trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. How excited we are saying, how excited we are calling out the wrongness. We hype, y'all. We are jugging. There's a shift going on. Cat Williams said it's up. There's a shift going on in 2024. Y'all don't think many people are paying that attention. We are jigging to a song about calling out the system. Yet again. But this one's different. This one is different because it's hitting the masses at a more rapid pace. It's making its rounds. I'm gonna refresh this for some reason. I feel like refresh that. Um it's making its rounds, and it was over. It was over when it started. So this is just my recap. Like I said, I didn't want to go too much in on the information and stuff that's coming out. There's plenty of YouTube channels that are out here discussing this stuff in details. I just wanted to give my quick summary on what I thought and stuff that stuck out to me. And again, there's plenty more, and I'm sure it'll come up with the Mr. Morale reaction videos, because Drake called out him, Kendrick being touched on, and that wasn't it. Like, his closeout was just trash. Drake's closeout was trash. It was trash. He tried to reverse psychology the whole situation. He said, "Yeah, we fed you the bait." No, you didn't actually. And then Academic comes out, and it's like Drake just lied, and it's just looking bad, man. It looked bad before the Heart Part 6, but now it looks terrible. So prayers up for Drake and his supporters, Aubrey and his team and his supporters, man. And for the rest of 2024, we're gonna be they not like us. They not like us. They not like us, bro. And shout out to Kendrick for taking the copyrights off of his music, bro. Like, shout out. So everybody that's eating, okay, okay, y'all get right, man. I'm excited to see all of the different summaries and reactions and stuff to the music, and people going in and deep diving and all the double and triple and quadruple entendres that's happening within the songs. And it's just like, this is what the culture needed. This is what hip hop needed. This is what rap needed. This is what we needed. This is what we needed, man. And I'm grateful for both of the artists. I'm just really excited that we got this out of Kendrick. He went bananas, per usual. Per usual. We don't get to see him attack people like that. He don't be on that. He really just be talking his talk. But they wanted that smoke, and I don't see no fire. He ain't seen no fire, y'all. So where's the smoke? There was never any smoke. He said in 616, man. Ain't even no, this ain't even no smoke. So, with that being said, man, we're going into an hour. If you made it this far, thank you. I appreciate you. I'm grateful for you. Drop me a comment down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ooh, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're new, again, thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for rocking with me. And if you've been here already, I mean, what's good? Tell me how you feeling. Tell me how you're feeling after all of this. Is the excitement starting to wear down? Are you still hype? Like, what's the energy like? What is the energy like? I want y'all to talk to me. Let's talk. Let us talk. Okay? Again, socials are down in the description box. Stay connected with me. Again, thank you for tuning in with me on Stormy Reacts. I am Stormy. I am T. Call me what you want. Just don't disrespect me, though. Don't disrespect me. All right. Much love, y'all. Peace.